Hey guys, this is MeWasMe700, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the first episode of the Lost PokeMedia series. Today we're going to be talking about one of the many Pokemon promotions that companies picked up during the hype of Pokemon in the early 2000s. We're talking about the nostalgic classic, the Character Popsicle.
Hello?
So a little background, many of you know that I have been a Pokemon branded food collector and that one of my mega grails for years has been the elusive Pokemon Popsicle box. I've only seen one for sale in my 6 years collecting Pokemon products and only know of one other collector that owns one that she kept from her childhood. In my search of trying to find this box, it has come to light a serious mystery about these tasty treats that I find is a great topic of discussion. Note throughout this video, I'll be referring to the popsicle as a generic frozen treat on a stick, not necessarily the popsicle brand. I will indicate if I'm referring to the brand. Popsicles have been an American childhood favorite, not only for myself, but for the thousands and thousands of kids nationwide. They are a quick and convenient way to have a cold treat on a hot summer's day versus having your mom fight with an ice cream scoop and pail. The thrill of hearing the ice cream man in the distance while playing out in the yard was always such an unforgettable feeling. Trying to pick just one thing was never easy. Since the accidental invention of the popsicle in the early 1900s, popsicles have come in many shapes, sizes, and flavors, all with a target market of school-aged children. While companies that made popsicles aimed to market their products towards children with the bright colors, fruity flavors, and fun generic characters, serious third-party branding did not begin until the late 1980s. The earliest branded characters I found was, of course, one of the most well-known brands, Disney.
I love some ice cream.
Looking for me?
Mickey Mouse, is that you?
You can taste the magic of Disney frozen treats.
School's out and I'm hungry. I want what? Donuts!
They're cool and delicious, filled with fresh laughter.
You can taste the magic of Disney frozen treats.
Other brands found going into the early 90s included Pac-Man, Snoopy, Mario, and even Sailor Moon. It wasn't until the late 90s and early 2000s where character popsicles really became a prominent staple to the average ice cream truck. What was interesting about character popsicles during this time is that they were typically only available for purchase through popsicle-branded vendors, such as an ice cream truck, the popsicle chest freezer at your local Toys R Us, or concession stand at your neighborhood baseball game. You could only purchase these classic popsicles individually wrapped as opposed to purchasing them in a box like other popsicles that were unbranded. This was the first mystery of Pokemon Popsicles I found. They indeed came in a box of 6 to take home. I had never seen any other character popsicles for bulk purchase like this. But this was just the beginning. When you Google image search Pokemon Popsicle, there really isn't much to see. There is the classic shot of the derpy Pikachu Popsicle someone got from an ice cream truck, which is what myself and other collectors assumed was the only character Popsicle did. There's also some very low quality shots of the popsicle box itself that's difficult to see the text on. I was very curious to see what the text on it said, and asked my collector friend who owns one for some close-up shots of this elusive box. There in the right-hand corner, the box advertises to look for them all. This indicated to me that there was more than just the simple Pikachu character popsicle. But just how many different Pokemon character popsicles were there? Moving over to the regular search on Google, our first hit is Bulbapedia, the well-known Pokemon encyclopedia, which offers an entire article on Pokemon food products. Scrolling down, there's a small section offering info on these popsicles, which includes what characters were supposedly part of this popsicle promotion. Bulbapedia claims that there was in fact not only just a Pikachu popsicle, but a Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Meowth, and Gengar popsicle. It also stated there was to be only 2 characters you got per box. Take a note that these are the same characters that are featured on the front of the box. When I found this out, I was at a total loss. How could such a popular franchise incorporated into such a popular dessert treat have 0 known photos online? I understand these came out at a time before the digital age, but with these being so mass-produced, there just had to be a photo somewhere, right? It was time to dig. I am insanely good at combing every inch of the internet. It's definitely a skill I have acquired over the years of being a Pokemon archivist. My combing has led to some amazing discoveries, such as the first known footage at the Pokemon Center New York store. To begin, the first place I always check in my research is Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive which basically stores web pages as they were on a certain date. It was time to check the Popsicle website back in 2000, around the time in which these came out. The website advertised in October 2000, strawberry and lemon flavored ice shaped in your favorite Pokemon characters. Note the plural form of characters, the website confirming that there was definitely more than just the Pikachu Popsicle. Going to 2001 and scrolling down to the single serving section is where we find the first imagery of a Pokemon Popsicle that was not Pikachu, Gengar. Again, the website simply states Pokemon characters, but does not list out any of the characters and only supplies the image of Pikachu and Gengar. The website advertised the Pokemon bars until its last appearance on the website in the famous section in July 2004, indicating these popsicles were out from roughly 2000 to 2004. The next step on finding photographic evidence of these popsicles was to check social media sources like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you didn't already know, Facebook and Twitter will not show photos in Google search image results. Instagram will on occasion, but typically not. The key with social media searching is to look up every word combination you can think of in order to yield results, not just Pokemon Popsicle. You have to remember that everyone uses different terminology for things. I tried Pokemon Ice Pop, Pokemon Ice Lolly, Pokemon Ice Cream Treat, Gengar Popsicle, Charmander Popsicle. I tried every Pokemon Popsicle or Ice Lolly combination on all 3 social media platforms. The first hit I had was under the hashtag Pokemon Popsicle on Instagram, a Throwback Thursday photo posted by an Instagram user in 2013 eating a purple-shaped character that vaguely resembles the Gengar imagery from Wayback Machine. It's obviously not the greatest photo, but it's a start. This was the first photo found of a Pokemon Popsicle that was not Pikachu. It was a very promising find, however Instagram did not offer any further photos. Next to try was Facebook. I find that Facebook is very difficult to search because their search engine likes to pull up totally random things and involves a ton of digging in order to find what you're looking for, and at a certain point, photos like to stop loading. I have had success in the past with Facebook on finding historical Pokemon photos, but it's a rarity. In this case, there was nothing new to offer us. Now onto Twitter. I'm not much of a Twitter fan myself, but Twitter is where the real luck began. Twitter user Erica Loves Music posted a Throwback Thursday photo of her enjoying a Gengar Popsicle, which was the first up-close legitimate photo found of a character not Pikachu. Look at how awesome and beautiful Gengar is in this photo! Here's a comparison shot to the stock artwork from the archived Popsicle website. Another interesting hit on Twitter under the term Pokemon Ice Treat was a really neat photograph by photographer Meredith Allen of a Gengar Popsicle melting, which was part of a photo series she did from 1999 to 2006, which was the same time frame of the Pokemon Popsicle release. One additional social media source I'll use is Reddit. I did make a post on the subs r/2000s and r/Lost Media, but these subreddits being such low traffic has never really given me any success in trying to find lost Pokemon media I look for, but it's always worth a try. Same goes with r/Pokemon sub, which has been the opposite problem of too many people on it, so my content quickly gets buried before it can gain any traction. However, my friend on Instagram, Vintage Pokemon Hunter, did in fact make a post on r/Lost Media during the production of this video that did actually gain some traction, but nothing new was found that I hadn't already seen. But this was a good start to more people looking into finding these lost popsicles. So I had one more crazy idea. This one was sort of a long shot, but it was worth checking out. Since Pokemon Popsicles were available individually by Ice Cream Truck, what if I sat and looked up Ice Cream Truck photos and hoped to find one that happened to still have a sticker of one of these elusive popsicles on them? I sat and looked at tons and tons of photos of ice cream trucks, zooming into the menus across the sides, and even watching home videos on YouTube. This long shot turned out to be a success because I found a truck with a sun-bleached Gengar and Pikachu sticker. Alas, they did not advertise any other Pokemon. I did find another truck with just a simple large Pokemon Popsicle ad on it that appears to be the same imagery as the box. However, kids' heads are blocking the majority of the ad. So the bottom line here. We have confirmed that Pikachu was not the only character that Popsicle did, contrary to what we could find from just Google images. But was there in fact more than just the Pikachu and Gengar Popsicle? What I find interesting, going back to the Melting Photograph series by Meredith Allen, is that she did several other Melting Popsicle characters for the photo series. The question to ask here is, why did she only do just Pikachu and Gengar? Perhaps is this confirmation that there was only a Gengar and Pikachu Popsicle and not other characters that Bulbapedia so claimed? Just how there was only a Pikachu and Gengar listed on the archived Popsicle website, and how Bulbapedia noted that only 2 characters came per box. This is definitely not an accurate way to confirm if this was the case, but it's definitely something to consider in this Lost PokeMedia case. Another very important thing to consider is just the sheer expense the Popsicle Company would have had from producing 6 different characters from a single brand. It is very costly to design, prototype, and approve a final product, atop of the actual production of said Popsicles, in which 6 characters would take up a significant amount of space on the production line. This is why other cartoon Popsicles only typically get 1 character to represent their brand, such as Bubbles to represent the Powerpuff Girl line, or Bugs Bunny to represent the Looney Tunes line. Even though Pokemon was extremely popular during this time, in the grand scheme of things, it just does not make sense cost and production-wise for there to have been 6 total characters from a single brand. Regardless, when asking Pokemon fans online, I had numerous people tell me that they do in fact remember seeing and eating the other characters growing up, some who have even tried looking for photos as well. I even had a few people swear that they had a Jigglypuff Popsicle, which was not even listed on Bulbapedia. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I strongly believe that these other Pokemon Popsicles are indeed a strong example of the Mandela effect, or the false memories phenomena. The false memories phenomena is common with the recollection of things from our childhoods. Psychologists claim that frequently false memories are centered on the things that are fairly mundane or inconsequential. I think it's fair to say that being convinced that you had a Charmander Popsicle at a pool party in 2002 is pretty mundane. There were dozens of other character Popsicles during this time period that memories could be mixing up. Perhaps someone recalls eating a Bulbasaur Popsicle as a kid, when in all reality, all that is recalled was eating a green character Popsicle. Because you want to think you were actually eating a Bulbasaur Popsicle, the brain immediately fills in the gap and assumes that it was a Bulbasaur, creating that false memory. In reality, the person was probably actually eating a Ninja Turtle Popsicle or a Hulk Popsicle, because all they recall was eating a green Popsicle. You could say it's hard to argue this is a case of the Mandela effect, with just so many people convinced they did in fact enjoy these other Pokemon Popsicles growing up, but that's just the Mandela effect at its core, a large group of people very convinced that they remember something that, in fact, did not ever exist. Well, I'm sure many of you are thinking at this point, well, why don't you just contact the Popsicle Company? Well, when contacting the Popsicle Company, they simply told me to check Google, which was obviously not very helpful. I then contacted the head company of Popsicle, Good Humor, that simply told me they only made a Pikachu, which we have already disproven. Most of the time, customer inquiries are ran by interns and people not paid enough to care to look into the products that they sold 20 plus years ago, so I had not gotten my hopes up. So to wrap it up here, in my research, I do strongly believe that this Lost PokeMedia case boils down to the Mandela effect from my previous reasoning of only being able to find Gengar across the internet and from the archived webpage of Popsicle, and for the sheer production costs and space it would take to produce 6 different characters from a single brand. But who knows, I could be wrong. At this point, it's just playing the waiting game for photos to surface online to prove my theory wrong. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I did spend a considerable amount of time on it, and I also appreciate those that tried to help me with information. I think for the most part everything that was shown to me I was already aware of, but it is appreciated regardless. I love the passion for Lost PokeMedia nowadays, especially with this nostalgic Pokemon kick happening right now. So I wanted to throw in, here are some artwork vectors I did of what these Lost Popsicles may have looked like, if they existed or if they didn't, who knows. But don't forget to drop a like and a comment if you did enjoy this video, and if you have any suggestions for other Lost PokeMedia series that I could do. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mewasme700, and I will see you guys next time.